today it looks like she's stronger in your left hand than your right.
Yeah.
Is that normal?
Yes.
Yeah. And that the right rein contact isn't always as steady as it should be.
Yeah.
So, just as an experiment now, to see how you both manage, this could be an awkward moment. Hold the left rein with your right hand, hold the right rein with your left hand, staying on the bit. Uncross your hand.
Uncross them?
Yeah. You have crossed rein. So the first thing she's done is gone above the bit.
Yeah.
And turn her head a long way to the right. Whoop. So either your left arm is much stronger.
Yeah. But I am right-handed.
I know. So what can you do to have her head straighter?
Use my right hand. Now use my right hand more.
Yeah, maybe. Ah, that's better, but she's still above the bit. Oh, that's she nearly put her head down. Oh, she nearly put it down. Yep, good. Good. Now, this is about a fact-finding exercise. It makes it more obvious what you have to do to tell her to drop her head down.
Yeah.
So could you feel what your left wrist is having to do to that right rein?
Yeah.
There's quite a lot of play going on, isn't there?
Yeah.
Yeah. And what does your right hand do to the left rein?
Right.
Yeah, you have to go like, get your head back over there, you corkscrew. Get back where you belong. That's it, there, nearly. Don't overdo your legs, you go sideways. Oh, now the right rein's needed a bit of play, so that's your left hand on the right side. And then you go, no, we're going over here. And it won't be in your legs because their bottom's swinging all over the shop and their head's still in the air. Nearly. Oh, look at that. I think she dropped her head. Oh, then she's going to stop trotting altogether. You're getting there. Okay, there you go. So, one more lap, just so you know exactly what you've had to do. And you haven't been kicking harder, have you?
No.
This is fact-finding. Oops, she's gone off the bit again. Now uncross your reins. And staying on the bit, circle back round this head. Don't get strong, just have a soft and round. Yep.
It feels much more even now.
Let's see. And now that left rein mustn't get too strong now, yeah? So you remember what you were doing,
Yeah.
not thinking of which hand you did what with, but which rein.
Yeah.
Which rein did you have to play with, in what sort of way? Which rein did you have to taste with?
Yeah.
That.
Yeah.
Now make the transition back to walk and hold. And you can let her just stand there on loose rein. So, in the terms of how things should be,
Yeah.
with the aid, one talks about ask, show, make.
Right, okay.
Ask the horse to do
Yeah.
something, show the horse what you mean, make it damn well do it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
She looks like she's very much at the stage of you have to show me what you mean being on the bit.
Yeah.
I don't think she's too evasive,
Yeah.
but she does gradually get a little bit defensive on that side.
Yeah.
Yeah? So what did you have to do? Well, I think you had to play quite a bit on this one, didn't you?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then of course she turns her head, you're like, no, you can just relax there. And every now and again, that hand will come over here and say, no, bring yourself back over here. And so eventually the play on that side didn't turn ahead as far.
Yeah.
And what you needed on this side to say, no, you just stay in the middle, becomes less and less.
Yeah.
And then eventually you won't have to show her what you mean.
Yeah. Yeah.
So to talk about you've got fiddly hands usually means that you're having to do stuff with your hands more than you should have to. But there will be a point where you will say to her, no, come on, trust me, this is how you can be, and then now I can be normal and just have your contact. Okay? What you've got to be careful, yes, it did get they got cold again. What you have to be conscious of is that you have to get the horse to the point where it can volunteer more what you're looking for. So the degree that you are playing with this right hand, there's a little nudge on the left. No, don't turn your head over there. No, don't turn over there. You play on this end. No, don't turn over. Mustn't be. Hold your head still while I play. So it's not a question that you want her to turn her head too far, but that you want her to understand that this right rein is only asking her to soften. So your left rein can then go, no, don't need to do that. It's just this right one here. No, you don't need to do that. And that will be a bump, not a hard pull. Now, when you came with your left leg, her bum started going everywhere, didn't it? So right, good girl. It rather shows that with her, it was more a question of the contact, not the driving into it. So like the French school talk about riding young horses, you should always ride them hand without leg, leg without hand. So hand without leg, leg without hand. And then when they understand the two independently of each other, you go leg into hand. So she should understand, a good horse would understand, you pick up the reins and it goes, oh, if you're holding the reins, I guess I'm on the bit. And you have to say to her, well, you know what that means? It means you should be. Now, who did we have doing the prize giving at the beginning today? Sasha. Doing a lap of honour, reins in one hand, wave to the crowd, and they're all thinking, how the hell did she win? No, you've got to prepare your prize giving early on. Now, that's a sort of semi-joke, but the point being, if your horse is good, you just stand with your reins in one hand and it's on the bit. You wave to the crowd and off you go and it's on the bit. You don't need to be going, So she has to learn, just come into the hand, there we go. And so this right hand now has shaped her a bit better, I don't need that one as much. So, don't overuse your legs now because you run me over. Hold the reins, I'm going to make her look awful. There you go, she's nicely off the bit. You're going to try and resolve that. So you say, okay, let's be on the bit. She says, what's that mean? Well, hey. No, you don't need to. Now relax this one, relax it. Yeah, and that, no, you don't need to. Not come here. It's just, no, you didn't need to, and you leave it alone. You could be on the bit. Yeah, you leave it alone. Now you should be able to go raising one hand. Yeah, look at my horse, and you should now be able to steer. So the polo team comes from Aston Black. The polo team is not going to come because nobody can steer one hand. So that's something the horses should learn. Be good in your hand. So, she's coming a bit inattentive. Oh, hush now. She's tucking her chin in too much. Hello. Then you go, no, you didn't need to. No, you didn't need to. You let go. No, you didn't need to. So that's like a little bump. Little bump in there. She said, okay, we'll do then. And you just go still. Now, she tucks her head in too much. You're letting it go out, but she's still getting. What I do when they do that is a very short hooker, momentary pull. And I call it the squash. And she's good now, though. She's good now, so I don't want to do it now.
What do you call that again? The squash?
The squash. I'm about to show you a squash.
That.
Oh, unfortunately, she doesn't need one. But a squash, should do it in a minute, is, I could do it with my, there, I'm going to do it now. I go, squash you! You see what I did? I just squish you! So when they curl in too much, now we do it with the reins. So she's just a bit, I go, squish you! And it pulls her nose in and goes, oh, don't do that! So So when she's over light, over curled, over hiding, this way, play, and then you go, no, you didn't need to, Now squash you, and it goes back out again.
Yeah.
That's too far out. And you go, no, didn't need to, squash you. Didn't need to, hello. Didn't need to, ready for, oh, a mini squash you. No, that wasn't enough that time. Hello, bop. Hello, bop. Hello. You're not listening at all now. You don't need the squashy bit now, do you? You feel what I mean? If you do it too hard, then of course they go, wah! Like this. If you just give, they go on going, so you just squash them just a tiny bit, and they bounce out a bit. They go, don't squash me like that. If you hold them squashed, they probably run backwards, or lean very hard, or be violent and go, yeah? So, we're going to proceed back on the bit. Now, another thing though, I think there's some connection between the way she doesn't hold her head and her action, like you said yourself. I wouldn't say it's the unevenness, I would say it's the length of stride length. And that leads to an issue that's going wrong in the way you sit, stroke, rise to the trot.
Right.
Because she doesn't go stride, spring, land, she goes it makes you give back to her the rhythm she's giving you. So rising trot then becomes a little bit of So I would normally say on a horse that's comfortable, do it with that trot, don't rise. Because you're tossed onto their shoulders. Because they don't finish the stride over there, they go there and then finish it back here. That makes sense. They give you the thrust up to there, but then they finish the stride here. So you're always tossing them on the shoulder. So you're better at sitting trot. But then your sitting trot wasn't good enough in the driving sense. I don't say you were bouncing, but it just looks a little bit like you're saying, and keep going. So she did. So we've got to somehow get you to sit a little bit lazier and not push her. And if she says, oh, I'm going to stop, you know, you're dead. And your demonstration should be possible to go, look, Jane, not pushing. And she goes, well, I'll stop. No, you don't. So I want to look at that first, then the other bit. So walking on, few leg aids, and then sit on your tailbone a bit more than usual. Take your knees and feet off the sides. Good, don't push her at all. You're going to get cramp. If you're going to get cramp, put your legs further forward. That's it. Now ask her on the bit. If she stops, don't stab her too hard, but there, an idea. Don't puncture her ribs. Always carry on, I'm just sitting stupid. Now, punch her once a little bit. Come on, keep going, and then legs off. Right rein goes massagey. Left rein lets go. And there's a bip, and a bip, and a bip. Good. Your bip, not like this. Squeeze, but more of a bump on the rein. So it's not your fingers that do a squeeze. That's your right hand. Your left hand will be more like a hey, bip, bip. That's it. Keep it up and I'll come to you. So your legs are off, your right rein's doing the massaging. Yeah, good. This one is giving. This one's giving. And you go, hey, 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 hey. That's it. Oh, there we go. Hey, hey. So it's not when you get your head straight. It's like, we didn't need to. Really, the right way is kind of soft. You don't need to do that. There you go. Then you bump and let go, and bump and let go. That's good. Good. Reins a tad longer so you can relax. Just so she drops her head. Right rein has to play again. So you have